Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to start a new chapter of physics, which is electrical capacitance. Before study about electrical capacitance, we study some basics of our nature and our surrounding metals, surrounding substance on the basis of conduction of electric current means flow of charges, flow of electric current. We can divide the total material which is find in our nature. We divide this material into two groups. First is conductor. First is conductor and second is insulator. First is conductor and second is insulator. Okay, what is conductor? Conductor is the material in which charge or electric current. In first chapter we studied if a free electron is moved, then electric charge will be produced. So we can say the material in which the charge and electric current flow easily. These materials are known by conductor. Okay, it means the material in which charge or electric current can flow easily is called conductor. For example, all metals, human bodies, animal bodies, and pure water, impure water, and earth, and salt solution, basic, and etc. like this. And these are the for example of conductors. And best conductor in our nature is silver. Silver is the best conductor. It means in the silver metal, charge or electric current can follow very easily. Okay, now next is insulators. Insulator is opposite to the conductor. It means the material in which the electric current or charge cannot flow. This is called insulators. Okay, means the material in which the electric current I and electric charge Q cannot flow. These are the called insulators. Okay, insulators. For example, glass, wood, wax, mica, ebonite, and etc. These are the example of insulators. Okay, it means in these materials charge and electric current cannot flow. Okay, now next free and bound electron. Free and bound electron. What is free and bound electron? We know that atom consists of nucleus, it means positive, and electrons. In the atom, nucleus is present at the center of this atom, and around this fixed orbits present. In these orbits, electron moves. Okay, so we know that charge on this nucleus is positive and this is electron. So here Coulomb attraction force act between this positive and this electron charge. Okay, So we can say in this outer orbits, these electrons have a weak attraction force due to this nucleus, and these electrons can move easily in the matter, and these electrons are called free electrons. Okay, so we can say the electrons in the outermost orbit in the atoms have weak attraction force due to the nucleus, and these electrons move freely inside the matter. These electrons are called free electrons. Okay, similarly in this atom inner orbit, this inner orbit, electrons strongly bound by this nucleus. Okay, the electrons in the inner orbits in the atoms have weak attraction force, strong attraction force, strong attraction force due to the nucleus. These electrons are called bound electrons, and these electrons cannot move easily inside the matter or substance. Okay, these electrons called bound electrons charges. Okay, clear? Next, dielectric substance and polarization. What is dielectric substance? Dielectric substance is the type of insulators. Okay, insulators material means those substance, those insulator substance which do not conduct electric current but shows the electric effect when kept in external electric field. Suppose that we have some substance, this substance is kept in external electric field, then due to this external electric field this substance show the electric effect, then this substance is called dielectric substance. Okay, like ebonite, glass, wax, paper, mica, and so on. These are the dielectric substance. It means dielectric substance is the which substance, if we kept this substance in external electric field, then this substance shows the electric effect. Okay, now dielectric substance are of two types. One is polar dielectrics and another one is non-polar dielectrics. First is polar dielectrics. Those substance in which the center of positive and negative charges of ions of molecules are not concentrated but are separated. Okay, these substances are called polar dielectric substance. It means in these dielectrics center of positive charges and negative charges are separated to each other. For example, HCl and H2O molecule is the polar dielectrics. Okay, in polar dielectric each substance each molecule have net electric dipole moment. What is electric dipole moment? Electric dipole moment is equal to the product of a charge and distance between them charges of a electric dipole. It means P is equals to Q into 12. Here center of a negative and positive charges are separated. So here distance and charge, multiply of distance and charge is equals to electric dipole moment. So we can say that in this polar dielectric each molecule have net electric dipole moment, but But in absence of external electric field, like this, absence of external electric field, the resultant dipole moment of the whole substance is zero, because of every molecule have different direction of electric dipole moment, so resultant dipole moment of this substance is zero. But if we put this substance in external electric field, then we can say in the presence of external electric field, the resultant dipole is produced in this substance, because of a direction of a all electric dipole moment is along to the electric field. So here resultant electric field will be produced. So we can say in this condition the resultant dipole moment is produced in this substance. Okay, another one is non-polar dielectrics. Those substances in which center of negative and positive charges, it means both negative and positive charges of the molecules are coincide, are called non-polar dielectric substance. It means in these substance center of positive and negative charges are not separated, they are coincide, means like this is positive center of positive charge and this is center of negative charge, these are coincide. Okay, for example H2 molecule, CO2, N2 and O2. For these dielectrics, each molecule have zero dipole moment, because of here distance between positive and negative charge is 0, 2L is equals to 0, so P is equals to 0. It means each molecule have zero dipole moment. But if a non-polar dielectric substance is kept in a external electric field, then some electric dipole moment is induced in each molecule, and due to this, unstable electric dipole moment is produced in this substance. It means if we kept this non-polar dielectric substance in external electric field, then a distance is produced between positive and negative charge like this. This is negative, this is positive, this negative, this positive, negative, positive. Due to this, every molecule have some dielectric dipole moment, and as a result resultant electric dipole moment will be produced, but it is unstable, because of if we remove external electric field E, then center of these charges again coincide. Okay, now polarization of dielectric substance. What is the polarization of dielectric substance? The induction of electric dipole moment in a dielectric substance in the presence of external electric field is called the polarization of a dielectric substance. It means we kept a dielectric substance in outer external electric field, then due to induction electric dipole moment will be produced. This mechanism is called polarization of dielectric substance. Okay, next, linear unidirectional dielectric substance. Those substance in which the induced electric dipole moment, suppose that which is P, is directly proportional to the external electric field, and direction of electric dipole moment is along to the electric field, then this type of dielectric substance is called linear unidirectional dielectric substance. Once again, those substance in which the induced electric dipole moment is directly proportional to the external electric field, and direction of a electric dipole moment is along to external electric field. This type of a substance is called linear unidirectional dielectric substance. Okay. Now, due to the our next definition is polarization vector. What is polarization vector? Due to the effect of external electric field. Due to the effect of external electric field, the dipole moment induced in unit volume. It means this is the dipole moment, but this is dipole moment in unit volume of substance is called polarization vector of the substance. Okay, it is represented by P vector. It is represented by P vector. So for linear unidirectional dielectric constant, P vector is directly proportional to E vector. Okay, and if we remove proportional sign, then P is equals to a proportional constant E. This is a proportional constant. Okay, and this represented by, this is called chi, and this E for electrical. Okay, and this is called electrical susceptibility. Okay, and we know this sign is by chi. Okay, this is electrical susceptibility. Okay, it is a dimensionless quantity and it is a measure of the polarizability of the dielectric substance. Okay, students. Okay, now our next topic is capacitance of a conductor. Simple meaning of capacitance of simple meaning of electrical capacitance is the capability of receiving charge by a conductor. Capability of a receiving or stored charge by a conductor. Okay. If we suppose we have a conductor, spherical conductor, if we give some charge to this conductor, then this charge is equally spread out on the outer surface of this conductor. If we give extra charge to this conductor, then due to this charge, electric potential of this conductor is increased, will be increased, because of we know that V is equals to KQ upon R. So if we increase the amount of Q, then electric potential will be increased. So we can say when charge is given to a conductor, then the increase in its potential is proportional to the charge given to it. It means Q is directly proportional to V. If we charge Q is given to a conductor, then increase in potential is V, then we can write Q is directly proportional to V. If we remove proportional sign, then we replace by CV. Here C is the capacitance of conductor and C is a proportional constant. So we can write C is equals to Q upon V. C is equals to Q upon V. By this equation, we can say the capacitance of a conductor is equal to the ratio of a charge given to that conductor, means Q, and the increase in potential, it means V. Okay, due to this equation we can say the capacitance of a conductor is equal to the ratio of a charge given to that conductor and increase in potential. For another definition, we assume if V is equals to 1 volt, if V is equals to 1 volt, then C is equals to Q. So we can say capacitance of a conductor is equal to the amount of charge which increase the potential of conductor to be unity. It means 1 volt. Okay. Now unit of capacitance Unit, we know that unit of a charge is coulomb and unit of a potential is volt. So unit of a electric capacitance coulomb per volt or farad. Another units like millifarad, microfarad, picofarad, nanofarad, like this. Okay. So definition of 1 farad: if Q is equals to 1 coulomb or V is equals to 1 volt, then C is equals to 1 farad. So we can say, if by giving 1 coulomb charge to a conductor, if its potential increases by 1 volt, then capacitance of conductor is 1 farad. Okay, this is the definition of 1 farad. Now we plot the graph between charge Q and potential V. We know that charge Q is directly proportional to V, and we know graph of proportional is the straight line which is passing through origin point, like this. This is the angle of angle theta. Then slope of this straight line, slope of this straight line tan theta. Tan theta is equals to perpendicular upon base. This is the perpendicular, means Q, and this is base V. So tan theta is equals to Q over V, and we know that Q over V is equals to C. So we can say slope of this straight line is equal to the capacitance of a conductor. Okay. Now dependency of electrical capacitance. Electrical capacitance of conductor depends on the area and shape of conductor and any other conductor in surrounding the conductor and on the medium. Okay. Again, electric capacitance of conductor depends on the area and shape of conductor, any other conductor in surrounding it and on the medium. And electric capacitance does not depend on this charge Q which is provided by S and does not depend on the change in potential. Okay students, this is the electrical capacitance. Okay, remaining part of this chapter we will study in our next video. If you have any doubt, then write your doubt in comment box, and if you have like this video, then like, comment and share. Thank you.